If you could go anywhere and see anything in our solar system, and you had the ability not to travel 10, trillion miles or whatever it is, and it was just like, hey, you had that Star Trek shit.
Right.
Which planet would it be? Which moon would it be? Is there something that you're like, that sounds so...
Yeah, no, it's a good question. I think I would want to be on the space station looking back at our planet with a zoom lens, seeing people getting the hell along, seeing kids from every zip code getting access, opportunity, and belief in themselves to rise. Because, we only have one planet that we can live on right now. And for me to make sure that we're taken care of before we go somewhere else is most critical for your kids, for your grandkids one day, for my nieces. I mean, for my dogs.
Yeah.
Because we
Good looking dogs, by the way.
Well, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The roadies, yeah. But we got to take care of home base, man. If your guys aren't blocking for you,
yeah,
what's the use of even having a team?
Yeah.
So home team, home planet. Look back here, and now the second thing, if I were to go somewhere else, I would probably want to go to Mars.
Big Mars guy.
I believe we should go to the moon first and figure it out and then go to Mars.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you explore, it's not the destination, it's the journey.
Yeah.
And it's the journey with who you go with.
Yeah.
So if you're with your boys and you're going on a journey, you're in the car, you're cruising, you got your stuff, you're having a good time. It doesn't matter where you go.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it together and you're finding out what life is all about and finding about who needs water before they get pissed off. And, you're finding all these things.
That's a really good scouting report that you guys did doing those little mole hikes, man.
Critical.
Yeah.
So it doesn't happen in space.
And know yourself.
Little
Sun Tzu.
The other thing was I learned from that was self-care before group care. If you're out helping everyone else, getting their pack ready and everything, and you don't have your stuff together, and it's 9:00 time to go, and you're not ready, you just slowed everyone down.
Well, I think that's the same in like life, like family, friendship, business.
But we don't do it, though.
Like you gotta.
We don't do it.
Because a lot of people who are fairly driven are thinking of other people all the time.
Right.
And you're securing your life vest or whatever it is.
Put your oxygen mask on first.
Put your oxygen mask on first. I think it's one of the best like life pieces of advice, you could get is like, you got to take care of number one. It's not inherently selfish to make sure you're solid before you run out and start saving the world.
But your bear cubs, you see your bear cubs first, right?
Yeah.
And you want to say,
you want to help. Yeah.
Guys, you got to, and then
Yeah. No question. But there's a lot of people that still don't think we landed on the moon.
Oh my God. I did a series on the truth behind the moon landing.
Talk to me.
There was one conspiracy theory that when they got out of the vehicle, how could there be so much light coming up on them?
Right.
It was like they were very reflective, even though, the regolith, the moon dust, if we did an experiment where we took something like moon dust and we shined the light on it and it came up and illuminated the astronauts. And so we did a series of little tests to show that, some people said the radiation would kill going through this path to the moon, the 3 days to the moon, the radiation would kill you. We did a little test where this is the amount of radiation you would feel.
Right.
It wasn't enough to take you out in, that 6-day period or 4-day period. But I mean, the people that have these conspiracy theories about us going not to the moon, it makes me so mad because the people that did go to the moon that I know, like John Young, he is like a living legend. He's one of the most honest people I know.
Right.
I mean, he wouldn't lie about anything.
Right.
And so that there was this huge conspiracy that John Young was lying. Farm Boy flew every airplane known to humankind, Mercury, Gemini, Apollo program, walked on the moon, and I lived around the corner from him. I would walk my dogs by his house. Say, hey, Leland, those some pretty dogs, man. Hey,
yeah.
He's in gardening, just guys that are just salt of the earth.
Yeah,
it's
almost personal.
Yeah,
because you're like, bro, I know these people.
So for some chucklehead to tell me that my guy here didn't go to the moon,
Yeah.
it's like offensive to me. And then people that lost their lives trying to do this, like Apollo 1, you know? So you're kind of slandering the people that gave their life to make our civilization better.
Right.
Is what they're doing.
Right.
In my mind.
Listen to the full podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast streaming platforms. Wherever you want to get the podcast, you can get the podcast. Pretty simple. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Podcasts get pretty wild. This is real tame.